Everyone. Richard, how are you doing, sir?
How you doing?
I'm doing incredible. How about you?
We're doing okay.
Sweet, sweet. Let's kick things off by talking about rejection prevention. This is a phase that I like to use during my sales conversations to prevent objections before they happen. Like a lot of people think, oh, we have to master objection handling, or we need to have the perfect script for anything the prospect throws at us. Well, we could, and that's valid. But at the same time, what if we were able to ask the right things during the conversation to prevent objections from ever happening? So if I see, we're going to look during this call at different examples, but if you see that you're getting an objection consistently, look at how many times that objection comes up on your end and create a question to prevent that objection. So let's talk about the rejection prevention phase, and we'll take everything step by step. So when it comes to one of the foundational questions, one of the questions that I love to use, and the purpose I'm using that question, I'm going to reveal the question, but the big why behind the question is I want to combat inertia. One of the biggest things that hold people back when it comes to them not moving forward is staying in the status quo, keeping on doing exactly what they have been doing and not making a change. So one of the questions that I like to ask to prevent them from happening is, okay, Mr. Prospect, besides what we just covered, what's the main reason why you might be looking to get outside help now instead of just doubling down on what you're currently doing? The reason I'm asking this question and the reason it works so well is because I'm getting the prospect to sell themselves on what I offer. So number one, when I ask it properly, I'm getting the prospect to tell themselves the benefits of them getting help, getting my help, but also I'm eliminating the objection that goes something like, that sounds great, but I want to try to do it on my own. Well, they just told themselves earlier on during the call that they don't want to do it on their own. So this is one of the most powerful questions that you can ask during the sales conversation to prevent that objection, but also get the prospect to dig deeper, root, cement their position around working with you. So let me repeat the question again. It's besides what we covered today, the reason we're saying that is we don't want to hear the same thing that they already told us. So I'm going to say, besides what we covered so far, what's the main reason why you might be looking to get outside help now? I'm pressing on the urgency instead of just doubling down on what you're currently doing. Let's look at the entire thing again. Besides what we just covered, what's the main reason why you might be looking to get outside help instead of just doubling down on what you're currently doing? Now, what if the objection of, I don't have time to do this comes up? What can I say to prevent that objection? Especially when we're selling to busy prospects, to decision makers, CEOs, C-suite, or if we're selling a fitness offer or something that requires a time investment. One of the main justified objections people will have is, I don't have time to do this. So how do I get ahead of that objection and prevent it so I don't get in trouble later on? I will say, as you might realize, Mike, this takes some time to implement so you can see results. So how much time could you set aside on a weekly basis to commit to this process so you can get to the outcome that you want? I'm doing quite a few things as part of this question. First, I'm letting them know that in order to get results, I'm tying them putting in the work with getting the results. If you don't put in the work, you won't get results. I'm letting them know that it does take some time, but I'm not going to let them know how much time, because I don't want to give them the objection. What I'm looking to do is get a timeline for them, or get specific hours that can put into my solution so they can see results, to see their level of commitment. So I'll say it again. As you might realize, this takes some time to implement so you can see results. So how much time could you set aside to commit to this process so you can get to the outcome that you want? Now, they will typically say, oh, I can put in 5 or 10 hours, or however many hours they tell you. What you want to say after that is, our clients typically put in about 3 to 5 hours a week to use the training, to do the treatment, it depends on what you're selling exactly, so they can get the result. Is that something that you can swing, or is that something that you can commit to when looking at your calendar? Let me walk you through this again. So if they give me an amount of time, I can invest 4 hours a week. I will tell them, okay, so our clients typically put in 3 to 5 hours a week to use the solution so they can get to the result that they want. Is that something that you can swing? And now, because the allocated time that they've told me aligns with the time duration that my clients put in, obviously they will say, yes, I can swing that. Can you see how I'm preventing that time objection altogether? So they don't have an excuse at the end of the call to say, yeah, I want to see if I have time to do this. That's the objection that we're preventing. Let's look at another example. When it comes to the partner objection, this is a common one, right? I have to ask my partner, or I have to go to my CEO, or I have to go to my manager to see if this is something they want to do. When I'm selling B2B, it's going to be typically, a different decision maker that I have to win over. Maybe there's not a decision maker, but I need to find the way that they're making decisions. Is the person that I have in front of me the decision maker that will pull the trigger on this? On the B2C side, if I'm selling to consumers, I want to see if the spouse is, first of all, if they know that we're having this sales conversation, if they're aware that, their spouse wants to change something, but also we want to see, are they willing and are they open to their spouse investing? Because what we don't want to happen is sell one person and then the other person comes in and shoots down their dreams. So how do I prevent that from happening? It's very simple. I will ask them, what's the typical decision-making process you guys follow when it comes to solving X and Y and Z problems? Notice something. I'm not telling them, oh, what's the decision-making process you use when it comes to investing in X and Y and Z? I'm not going to talk about solutions. I'm going to talk about fixing problems. And that makes them more receptive to walk me through their decision-making process. So let's look at the question again. The question is, what's the typical decision-making process you follow when it comes to solving X and Y and Z problems? Now, if it's a B2B scenario, they will tell me, oh yeah, I need to talk to my manager. Then I will ask them, okay, how does your manager feel about you wanting to solve this problem? Are they supportive? Now I'm able to get a temp check around, maybe I can get an idea around their budget that they've set. I can see if they've had initial discussions or discussions with other vendors, because I'm understanding their decision-making process. Later on, also, this is a hack that a lot of people don't do. When you know that there is a third party in the transaction, If it's a B2B, it can be a team member, it can be a decision maker. If it's a B2C, it can be the spouse. Regardless, what you do is when you paint the ideal picture, what I call heaven state, when you paint the ideal picture for them, what you will do is you will say, so you being able to get results, what would that do for your partner though? Or what would that do for your spouse? What this does is it helps the prospect visualize how this will benefit their partner. So even if the partner doesn't want them to do it, now they have the ammunition to go and sell them. Can you see how powerful that is? Because I'm helping the prospect include their partner into their ideal heaven, into their ideal solution situation. So if they give me their objection and I let them go and they talk to their partner, now they will start selling their partner because I got them to repeat back and tell themselves how will their partner benefit. So we covered three. One is preventing the status quo. The status quo is them doing nothing at all and saying something like, oh yeah, I'll try to do this on my own. Number two is we want to prevent the time objection, and we looked at it, how we do it, and also preventing the partner objection. But I want to repeat, depending on your industry, you may be getting different objections. You might be getting a competitor objection, right? Hey, we don't want to make a decision on this right now because we're talking with a competitor X. Do you want to prevent that objection from happening? So you will ask them ahead of the conversation, okay, so besides what we just covered, what's the main reason why you might be looking to get help from us rather than just use competition since you already talked to them? Now, what will the prospect do? They will start selling themselves on why they should go with you. So, Richard, any questions since you're on Zoom?
Yes. We'll just go with what you're talking about first. So, besides becoming pain-free, why chiropractic and just not fixing it on your own? Now that's, or you have the next one. Besides, before today's any solution, did they work? Why is it important for you now then? So that's where that you're talking about for me. Why is it important for you now then? So now I could go with the time.
I will only ask that after the status quo objection prevention. So first I will ask them, okay, so before we started discussing, my bad. So besides what we discussed so far, what's the main reason why you might be looking to get help from Chiro now instead of just maybe taking more painkillers?
Yeah, you got that before that, yeah.
Now they will tell me, oh, because the painkillers no longer work, da 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 da. Now I can say, yeah, but I guess from your perspective, why are you looking at why are you looking to receiving treatment from a chiropractor now? Like what makes it a now thing? And now we're able to probe into the urgency. Well, the pain has gotten worse, or it starts doing this, or this happened. I can't work out. So now, again, we're able to build a much bigger gap in their mind, and we're also pressing on the urgency because they're telling themselves why they should do it now.
Then the next one is before today, when you look at any other solutions, if they work, why is it important for you now?
Yeah, and it depends on the prospect. So you can also ask, okay, before today, have you looked at working with a chiropractor before? Or what have you been doing so you can fix the problem? We can also steer it that way because it can give us any skepticism they may have around chiropractors, right? Oh yeah, I've seen hundreds of chiropractors, but they have failed me. Or, well, my husband doesn't believe in chiro. Oh, how come? Like what happened? Well, he's very skeptical, da. Okay, how do you feel though? Do you feel that receiving treatment from an expert who has helped hundreds of patients, would that help you? Oh yeah, for sure. So how do you think you can overcome and talk your husband into doing it? Just, so I can understand.
Yeah, I threw that question, any negatives about chiropractic. So I just kind of gonna try to handle the negatives.
Yeah, yeah.
But the next question is, like I said before today, any other solutions that work? Why is it important for you now that I'm going? Can I start saying most people respond, 2 to 3 times a week, 15 minutes a day? Do you have that time to invest? Can I throw that time in right there?
Yeah, yeah. You can say, look, based on what I've seen so far, for most of my patients, I suggest a treatment of 8 weeks, 2 times a week, about 30 minutes. Is that something that's doable for you?
Would you add the time right there on that part of the script, though, right there?
If you're getting a lot of time objections, yeah, you can, absolutely. But
Okay.
you always have to tie it with the outcome that they're getting. So not just, hey, do you have 30 minutes a week to receive treatment? You don't want to say that. You will say, so based on what I've seen so far with your situation, with my diagnosis, I suggest to most patients to spend at least 8 weeks with me, about 30 to 45 minutes a week or twice a week.
Yeah.
Before we move forward, is that something that you can even do? Or
So
is that doable for you?
that's definitely after the exam then, and say, that's
Yeah, this is
after my exam, and I say, well, I'd like to make a couple suggestions.
exactly. And
That's
before
where
you
I can
give them
throw the
the
time in.
price, before you give them the price, you will
Do the
prevent the
time.
time objection because you don't want to mix the two.
You got to
Because
give them the visit. Say,
the
hey, I would
moment,
suggest 8 weeks.
yeah, the moment you drop the price, you lose all leverage. And that's fine. It's just once you drop the price, it's hard to get to the truth because you're not sure if you're getting a time objection or a money objection.
So you're going to try to clear the time before.
So you clear the time before, they will say, yes, it's doable for me. Okay, perfect. Then in that case, the investment for you to get rid of the pain, no more painkillers, so you can go back to your work and exercising, it's 1,000 or however
Yeah.
we structure the packages.
All right. So that goes down after the exam and
Yep.
before the close. The
Yep.
timing. Just throw it out there. Yeah. I've been doing that though. But I guess the main I want to talk about is go all the way up. See, it's nice. I have this script, so I know exactly what you're always talking about the same stuff. You're always talking the
Yep.
same questions. So I'm glad I got this script from you. But
Yep. Yep.
but this one came in this week, and when I went to, well, tell me, how does this pain affect you? And then
Yeah.
she was just like, it's just no big deal. It's the thing, it's minimized. We went over this again. It really
Yeah.
doesn't affect me. I just push through it.
Yeah.
My energies just I get through the day okay.
Yeah.
I
May I
work.
ask, may I ask how long are you willing to keep pushing through it and staying on suffering like that?
Yeah, it's just like everything. How was sleeping? Well, my sleeping's not bad. How about does it wake you up?
Yeah, yeah, but
It,
I'm not trying to convince them, right? And I'm not trying to probe problems. If they're not giving me
yeah.
them and they say, oh, yeah, I'll just keep pushing through it. Okay, how long do you plan on just keeping pushing through it and staying on suffering? Oh, I'll manage, I'll do this, I'll do that. Okay. And Mary, like, we're on the same team here. Can I be real with you for a second?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. If if you're okay with keeping on suffering and everything, like, I guess, why are we here? Like, what had you considering even getting treatment?
Yeah, because you go right back to the minimizing script you gave me. So if they're not giving me a lot on that, it doesn't affect me. You
Yeah,
gotta kind of say, well, why are we here?
yeah, yeah. But it has to be
That's
with,
pulling my hair out when I get minimizers. That's all I'm getting.
Yeah. We have to do it with the right tonality, so we're not triggering them. And that's my only thing. I want to make sure that we're not triggering them to minimize their pain, right? We have to be, a little bit neutral when we're trying to pull pain, so they can give their problems to us. So when I ask them, yeah, like, how satisfied are you with your current situation? I'm okay. Okay, I mean, what are you currently doing? Like, how's your day-to-day life affected by your pain? Not much. Okay, can you give me an example? Because, not much, it can mean different things to different people.
Yeah.
Maybe it hurts when I get out of bed, but then it's better. Okay, may I ask, like, are you okay with staying on with the pain and suffering, and are you okay with the possible consequences that will come after that? Yeah, I guess I might be. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Mary, it sounds like things are going fairly well, like from what you're telling me. I mean, before we go, is there anything that you would change around your health, just to see if I can help since we're here?
Well,
And
she
then if
says I
they,
got this neck for 12 years,
okay,
but
so
it's not, I
if
guess,
you have the neck for 12 years, so hold on. If you have the neck for 12 years, like, why is solving it and looking at it important to you now, though? Like, what made it a now conversation? Because if they have pain for 12 years, it's a pain that they have learned to live with, right?
yes,
So
right.
this is why we need to probe and clarify, whoa, like, what changed recently that got you to consider getting chiropractic treatment or anything?
Yeah, you kind of have to say, well, why would, what's changed now? Why would you make the appointment?
Yeah. It sounds
If,
like you've had this pain for quite some time. So what had you even considering making a change around it and getting better? Like,
you have to
instead of,
stop with these minimizers, yeah, and just don't. I mean, if it's minimizer and I know it's not going because I still got it on a convert, so I should have just stopped and kept saying, well, why is it appointed to you now then?
yeah, exactly.
And just because I know I was keep on going, and then she was just like, I just want to adjust it
Yeah.
because
Like,
it's $21. What I mean, it's still maybe it's too low.
yeah, we could, Sarah, we could adjust it. But as you might understand, an overweight person doesn't go to the gym just once. Like, if you had this problem for 12 years, like, as you might understand, do you feel only one treatment would fix you for the next 12 years? I mean, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Yeah. And then, like I said, when these people are minimizing, you just got to hang in there. Well, why are we here?
Yeah, absolutely. Because what I
Because I'm
don't,
trying to probe, I'm trying to put problems in there. Like you're saying, does it wake you up? Does it hard to get out of bed? Is it hard to, well, I just stretch it out. That's the
because
only factor.
we're trying to plant problems, but they get more defensive and they could get even more closed off, right?
So that's what I'm probably doing on the minimizer still. I'm trying to play it off.
Yeah. There's
So
no
I
need
have
for
to,
problems. Like, just ask the questions, and if they're, it's just like dating. If they are pulling away from you, pull
yeah,
away. Don't push it. Pull away as well. Okay, yeah, man. I mean, it sounds like you're doing well. Like,
yeah.
what have you even considering getting possible help?
I'm
But
gonna have to
I'm gonna
say
do it
that.
in a laid back way. I'm not gonna ask them, oh, why are you there? Why are you here then? Why did you come? No, I'm just gonna ask them, okay, it sounds like things are going fairly well. Like, you can live with the pain. I mean, why are we here?
It sounds like everything's doing well. Just don't attack them.
Yeah. Just diffuse. It sounds like you're doing well. You've had pain for 12 years, but it seems like you're okay with keeping it there. Um, well, had you even book an appointment? Just in case just so I understand.
Well, then we'll see, we'll see what she says. But I mean, I'm just saying, even it's just not her. That was just last week, but I'm still getting that. I'm saying, it's just
Yeah.
I keep bringing the same stuff up to you, and then I guess the probing on how does it affect you. I'd like to, that's why I want to talk to you even more, the probing. So so can I ask you a question? How does this pain affect you?
So when we probe, we have to follow through right after our last question because it breaks the flow. For example, if they say, "Oh, I have pain in my neck," if we say, "Oh, can I ask you how is this pain affecting you?" No, I want to use their language.
Okay.
So if they say, "Yeah, oh, I've had some pain in my neck," pain in the neck. Yeah, I mean, it's been bothering me for this. Okay, and how is that affecting you? Like more conversation.
Yeah.
I need to probe, let them unpack. Okay, so when you say your pain hurts, like your neck hurts, can you give me an example? Oh yeah, when I move my head like this, and how long has this been going on for? Like when you had trouble with movement? For 5 months. Okay, in these 5 months, but you've had this pain, has it been affecting you? Yeah, in what way though? So more conversationally, instead of stopping the conversation, then asking, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Like just ask the question. You don't need to, can I ask you a question? And then just ask the question conversationally.
And then listen and then repeat a little bit what they say so they know you're listening.
Yeah, okay,
What I
well,
mean? Okay, you say you had this pain for 5 months.
exactly.
How does that affecting you? And they say, well, I
Exactly.
can't sleep. Then you could say, can't sleep. Can you unpack that a little bit more for me? What do you mean you can't sleep? I mean, what's happening there?
Yeah.
Is that good? Or, then they say, well, I get up 3 or 4 times a night. And then you can say 3 or 4 times a night. That's pretty often.
You don't need to do that. Now you're trying to make it bigger than it is.
Yeah. And just say, well,
Okay, so you're waking three to four times a night. That could be trouble. I mean, has this been affecting you?
not sleeping, right?
Yeah.
How does that affect you not able to sleep? And then they go, well, I'm tired all day. I have less energy. Then you
How's
can
that
still,
how's that showing up in your workflow? Like
yeah,
skeptical, right? I'm not, oh no, like how's that showing? No, chill. Like, oh, you're tired all day. Like, how's that showing up in your workflow? How
yeah,
is this affecting your day-to-day life? Okay, is that affecting your relationships with at home? Like what's happening?
yeah.
The
Okay.
more you can involve other people, the more the impact intensifies.
Yes. And then, like I said, on the minimizer, just say, well, sounds like everything's going pretty well over there. I mean, why are we here?
Yeah,
Sounds like you're able to handle your neck pain pretty well for the last 12 years. So why is this important to you now, though? Can I
yeah,
say that?
yeah. It sounds like you've been at it. You've had this pain for 12 years. So, well, what had you considering fixing it now, though?
Yeah.
Like curiosity and healthy skepticism tonality.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Anything else before we wrap up?
Now I'm just starting with I got Google ads, I got Facebook ads, we're gonna YouTube ads. We're gonna just see if we could get back on because nothing has been on the calendar. So that's another thing. I just haven't even had any leads. So but they're hooking me up. At least they're doing the Google stuff and the Facebook with one price.
Okay, good, good, good.
Because
Yeah,
I can't pay them double. Sometimes it's double. Now it's 1,500. But you didn't give me shit for 700.
yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
pay 1,500. I was like,
Did
but
you
we got both going now for you. So
did you do any go high level campaigns again?
yeah, let's go high level. Yeah, she's on go high level, but she's giving me a break here. But she's doing both now. So I got Google
Oh
and
yeah,
I got
yeah. I was talking about the reactivation campaign.
the
That
D1, the day one,
yep.
4 and 7. Yeah, I'm gonna probably hit it up this week again, day one again.
Yeah, yeah. I would hit it up again. I would enough time has passed. I would do another rotation for sure.
Yeah, I'll do it this week. And
Cool.
then Are you gonna be on, it looks like your time change is on the 30th, that's on Easter. So you're gonna have one on Easter or probably not?
Um, I I probably will. I have to see where I'm at, but I probably will. Yeah, probably I'll be on. Yeah.
Because what's at 5 o'clock there now?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I don't know, it's 5 o'clock Easter. I don't know if you have plans or something. So I don't want to
yeah.
keep bugging you.
Oh, it's okay. We'll see. We'll see. Keep me
But
updated and we'll chat.
all right, I appreciate it. So
Cool.
I just gotta hang in there and they're minimizing. You just gotta, hey, wait a minute, wait.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
are we here? Right? So
Don't
I
jump on
think
their neck. Don't jump on their neck. Like if they lean away as well. Like we have to, instead of selling from our toes, like sell from our heels. Chill, take a step back, lean away. Okay.
yeah, I think I'm selling for my toes a little bit too aggressive, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I think you're leaning forward too much.
Yeah. Okay, good. And then I like the probing, how does that show up when you can't sleep? How does that show up when you can't walk all day?
Yeah, can you give me an example? Like when something you can't see it, like when someone unpacks their problems, it has to look like I'm watching a movie. If I can't see it, uh, can you give me an example? Because that means different things to different people. Like I
Yeah.
have some neck pain. Neck pain, the other guy might be missing a vertebrae or whatever, or she just got slapped by his wife and he has like I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means, neck pain? Like I need to get more visual. Oh, walk me through. Like, can you give me an example?
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's good. Well, I
Cool.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. Let's keep it up and keep me updated.
I will. I'm gonna let you know what's happening. I
Yeah,
appreciate you
yeah.
helping me.
100%, of course. All right.
And
Have
I'll
a
be back next week. Next week will be 10 here one more time. So, okay, I got
cool.
you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Cool. All
All right.
right.